This is News 3 Now at 10.
Thank you for joining us tonight. The arrest of a protester downtown this afternoon is sparking more demonstrations tonight. Here's video released by the Madison Police Department showing the moments before Devonair Johnson's arrest this afternoon. He can be seen following a man into Cooper's Tavern using a megaphone and carrying a baseball bat. He stays inside for a couple of minutes before leaving. Once outside, this street camera captures the moment when police arrive. The bat falls to the ground as several officers attempt to take him into custody. A struggle ensues for several minutes before Johnson is carried to the police car. A few moments later, you can see him break away from officers and run away before being tackled by police and eventually put into cuffs. Police say 2 officers suffered minor injuries, and Johnson also suffered abrasions to his arms and a leg. Our Madeline O'Neill has been following the protest all night long, and she joins us in studio with an update. Maddie?
We're hearing Black Lives Matter messages loud and clear tonight, along with calls to free Johnson. Protesters have expressed they believe Johnson was just using his voice to spread his message at Cooper's, like many were doing the similar thing on Sunday night, and shouldn't have been arrested in the way that he was. Johnson is a familiar face at the recent protests following the death of George Floyd. Tonight, a crowd formed outside the Dane County Jail and began marching around downtown, blocking busy streets and encouraging people at home to join them. We did see at least one car drive through the crowd near Blair Street. This is the aftermath of that. I didn't see anyone injured from that particular incident, but about 5 minutes later, we saw a car speed off on John Nolan Drive and police responding to someone injured on the side of the street. Now, Johnson is facing tentative charges, including disorderly conduct while armed and resisting arrest.
Madeline O'Neill reporting tonight. Maddie, thank you. This is still a developing story, so be sure to stay with News 3 Now and channel3000.com for the latest information. You can also download our News 3 Now app, which is available right now for free. In Milwaukee tonight, 2 teenagers were shot when police say an angry crowd broke into a home and set it on fire after claiming the house was being used for sex trafficking. It is all in relation to a case of 2 missing teenage girls. Police arrived on the scene while searching for them. Dozens of people gathered and confronted police. After officers left, the crowd broke into the house and set it on fire along with a van parked outside. Some people in the crowd say the girls were last seen at that house last week. It appeared to be vacant and up for sale. The 2 teens shot, a boy and a girl, have non-life-threatening injuries. Madison police are investigating a shots-fired incident on the city's east side in broad daylight. According to police, witnesses reported hearing multiple gunshots just after 1 o'clock this afternoon on Jackson Quarry Lane. That's off Milwaukee Street. Witnesses reported seeing several men outside armed with handguns. There have been no reports of injuries, but police say it appeared at least 3 bullets hit an apartment building. Let's turn things over to weather now. Here's meteorologist Dana Fulton with your first warn forecast.
Charlotte, it was a bit of a rainy afternoon and evening after some sun this morning. If you like today's forecast, I have some good news. Tomorrow's looking very, very similar. Right now, our radar is fairly quiet. In the last 12 hours, as we look back at our precipitation totals, it's just kind of been streaks of where these thunderstorms and heavy rain showers passed from the northwest corner of the state southeast. Most of our accumulation totals today have hovered around barely 1/10 of an inch to up to 1/4 of an inch. So not a lot of rain coming through. Tomorrow, though, we do have the chance for some more showers and potentially a few more thunderstorms to develop late in the day. High temperatures will be in the mid-70s, which is right where we landed this afternoon. Less humid yet again for tomorrow. By Thursday, though, we will be warmer in the low 80s. And for the weekend, our temperatures will climb to the mid-80s with showers and thunderstorms likely for Friday and Saturday. Once we get to the weekend, we're going to stay in the 80s even as we head into the following week and through the start of July. We'll take a closer look at your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Dana, thank you. The Trump re-election campaign is in full swing. The vice president made a stop in the Milwaukee area today as part of what he's calling Faith in America tour. Our Eric Franke got an exclusive interview with the vice president asking how the administration is going to address racial inequities in Wisconsin and all across the country.
We're not going to defund the police. We're going to work with law enforcement to make sure that we give them new resources, the ability for additional training on the use of force. We're also going to support our African American community. And the President and I truly do believe that one of the ways that we can correct those historic inequities is by expanding educational choice opportunities for the African American community.
After the vice president led a roundtable on school choice with Education Secretary Betsy DeVos, he went to a more rally-type setting at the Ingleside Hotel in Pewaukee. Former Governor Scott Walker and senior White House advisor Kellyanne Conway were also in attendance. President Trump will be in Marinette on Thursday. Tonight, though, he held a rally in Phoenix, Arizona, his second rally after rebooting his 2020 campaign over the weekend. Nadia Romero has the latest.
I'm thrilled to be in Arizona with thousands of patriotic young Americans who stand up tall for America and refuse to kneel to the radical left.
President Trump addressing an audience of young supporters at the Students for Trump rally, another mask-optional gathering at the Dream City Church in Phoenix, a much smaller venue than Saturday's rally in Tulsa. This just hours after the president commemorated the 200th mile of the new wall along the U.S.-Mexico border.
It's really foolproof. It's solid steel, it's rebar and concrete inside the steel.
But the president's visit to Arizona didn't come without criticism.
Right now, the Centers for Disease Control does not advise large indoor events take place. This is a very concentrated environment. It is not safe right now to have any large events.
Cases are surging in Arizona. Nearly 3,600 cases were reported Tuesday, a record high, triggering the city of Tucson to cancel its 4th of July fireworks display.
We're seeing the majority of the cases happen in that age bracket of 20 to 44.
Former Vice President Joe Biden slammed the president's Arizona trip as a distraction, saying in a statement his decision to hold a rally in Arizona as the state deals with a severe COVID-19 resurgence is reckless and irresponsible. I'm Nadia Romero reporting.
John Bolton's highly anticipated memoir, The Room Where It Happened, debuted in bookstores today. Over the weekend, a U.S. judge denied a request by the administration for an injunction to block publication. In the book, the former national security advisor alleges the president sought China's help to win re-election. A civil suit is pending against Bolton that seeks to force him to give the U.S. the right to all of the book's profits. A suspicious package found outside the state Republican Party's field office in northwestern Wisconsin was determined not to be dangerous. WCCO in Minneapolis reports the package was found outside the Hudson office this morning, and nearby businesses were evacuated. The Hudson Police Department cleared the area about 6 hours later and described the package as a, quote, military-style ammunition container with several obstructions and wires. The Wisconsin GOP said in a statement, quote, we have differences in our views, in our philosophies, and our vision for America, but violence or threats of violence cannot stand because such actions lead to potential destruction that can't be overcome. Madison police are investigating defaced and stolen yard signs on the east side in the East Moreland neighborhood. A homeowner found KKK spray painted on his and his neighbor's Black Lives Matter signs. The homeowner says they will continue to order more signs and keep putting them up, saying it is the least he can do and a simple way to stand with the black community. Police say a person in the neighborhood also had their Trump 2020 and Support F-35 signs stolen recently as well. One of the officers involved in the fatal shooting of Breonna Taylor in Louisville in March has officially been fired. The termination letter says Detective Brett Hankinson violated 2 standard operating procedures: obedience to rules and regulations and use of deadly force. Hankinson does have 10 days to appeal the termination. Today, family and friends said their final goodbyes to Rayshard Brooks, the black man shot and killed by Atlanta police earlier this month. It took place at Ebenezer Baptist Church, where civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a co-pastor until his 1968 assassination. King's daughter, the Reverend Bernice A. King, spoke during the funeral. The officer who shot Brooks has since been charged with murder. New at 10, the woman named as a suspect in the Wendy's restaurant fire that broke out during protests over Rayshard Brooks' death has been arrested and is facing charges of first-degree arson. The Fulton County Sheriff's Office confirmed in a tweet that Natalie White was in custody and being booked into the county jail. White's lawyer said his client did not start the June 13th fire. The Georgia legislature this afternoon passed a hate crimes bill that will now head to the desk of Governor Brian Kemp. If signed into law, Georgia would no longer be among 4 states without hate crime legislation on its books. Advocates and lawmakers renewed their push to pass the bill after the killing of Ahmaud Arbery, a 25-year-old black man pursued by 2 white men and shot dead while jogging through a Brunswick neighborhood on February 23rd. Still to come tonight, your statewide coronavirus headlines, plus why Americans may not be allowed to travel to the European Union once they reopen their borders next month. Stay with us.
Save at Wild Easttown Honda on over 400 new Hondas with 0% financing for up to 60 months. Save on your favorite new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
How to get more out of your Wisconsin Dells vacation. Ride more rides, slide more slides, maybe even go for a train ride. Have more fun than a barrel of monkeys. Bite off more than you can chew. Who says less is more? More like more is more. Now that's more like it. Hey, you're getting more than you bargained for. All the more reason to do a little more. Need I say more? Wisconsin Dells. That's more like it. Go to wisdells.com and start planning your trip to the water park capital of the world today.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites and always a smile.
Wisconsin Lottery, with one at midday, that's at 1:30, and another in the evening, that's at 9. For pick 3, pick 4, and all or nothing. More chances to play each day. More chances to play each day.
Lately, we found new ways to support and care for each other. And while every gesture counts, so too does every dollar. That's why American Family Insurance is returning $425 million to our customers. This includes a 10% savings for all current and new auto customers for the rest of the year. We hope this does your world some good and reminds you that supporting your dreams means the world to us. Contact your agent or go to amfam.com to learn about more ways to save.
No one sells more. Wild Automotive sells more SUVs and all-wheel drives combined than any other dealer. Wild is the #1 volume SUV and all-wheel drive retailer in Southeast Wisconsin. The more we sell, the more you save. WildAuto.com.
Wednesday morning, Hattie has more chances for storms in her first warn forecast.
And if you've been missing concerts on the square, you have a chance to experience it in a different way starting tomorrow. We'll tell you how.
We'll see you starting at 4:30 Wednesday morning.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Governor Tony Evers says he's confident local school districts will be able to make good decisions about how to move forward with instruction this fall. He stressed during a conference call with reporters today that the Department of Public Instruction's guidelines released yesterday are just recommendations and that local districts can choose to follow them or go their own way. Nearly 20,000 of the some 25,000 people who have contracted the coronavirus in Wisconsin have now recovered. DHS says more than 290 new cases were confirmed today, including 5 more deaths, bringing the statewide death toll to 750. When it comes to the percentage of new cases, that is back around 2% today, a dramatic drop from a couple days ago. Across the country, the nation's top health experts are calling the surge in coronavirus cases disturbing. 25 states are reporting an increase in cases in the last 2 weeks. On Capitol Hill today, Dr. Anthony Fauci said he's concerned about community spread, but still believes a vaccine will be discovered by late this year or early 2021.
I feel cautiously optimistic, Congresswoman, that we will be successful in getting a vaccine. There's never a guarantee of that, But the early data that we're seeing regarding the immunogenicity and the induction of good responses makes me cautiously optimistic, always knowing that there's never a guarantee.
He says the next few weeks will be critical in addressing the current surge in cases in states like Florida, Texas, and Arizona. With the recent rise in U.S. cases, the European Union is considering a ban on American travelers. The EU is planning to reopen its borders on July 1st, which will be the first time since March. According to the New York Times, it's considering not allowing Americans to enter since the U.S. has not adequately controlled the spread yet. Also on that list, according to the Times, travelers from Russia and Brazil. In Brazil today, a federal judge issued a decision ordering the country's president to wear a mask when in public in the capital. Failure to do so could potentially lead to fines. The decision extends to all government employees in the federal district. Brazil has more than 1.1 million cases and more than 51,000 deaths. It is the world's second highest virus rate, behind only the U.S. Well, some good news today for Italy. The country recorded its lowest daily increase in COVID deaths since March 1st. According to the country's civil protection agency, Italy saw 18 deaths in the last 24 hours. The death toll now stands at more than 34,000. Italy has also recorded its lowest number of patients in intensive care since February. A powerful earthquake hit parts of Mexico today, killing at least one person. It centered near the southern Mexico resort of Huatulco, but also swayed buildings in Mexico City and sent thousands fleeing into the streets. A tsunami threat was issued by the U.S. Tsunami Warning System, but was later lifted. The U.S. Geological Survey said the magnitude 7.4 quake hit at 10:30 a.m. along Mexico's southern Pacific coast at a depth of 16 miles. Dana, I'm glad all you have to do was really talk about humidity and rain compared to all of this other stuff going on.
A lot of things going on, but yes, it is just rain for us right now, and a little bit of humidity, a little bit of a summer-like weather for the next several days. We had showers and thunderstorms coming through today, and the thunderstorms very appropriate given that it is Lightning Awareness Day. So we'll talk a little bit about lightning for a second. The best way to kind of judge how far away that lightning strike was or how far away that storm is would be to see the lightning and then measure the number of seconds between seeing the lightning and hearing the thunder. Then you're going to divide that by 5, and that's the distance in miles. Now, if that number is smaller than 30, you certainly want to get inside as quickly as possible. We call it our 30-30 rule. If the number's smaller than 30, you're inside, and for 30 minutes after that, then you want to stay inside for 30 minutes before you can go back outside. Anyone who's played outdoor sports certainly knows that's the rule to live by, and it really is a good one. After 30 minutes of having no lightning, it's very likely that it is safe for you to go outside. Of course, if you are stuck outside without any sort of shelter, you want to get as low to the ground as possible and away from any sources of water. The taller you are, the higher you are up in the sky. As tall folks, essentially like a lightning rod, you want to get as low to the ground as you possibly can. The ideal situation, though, of course, would be to get inside. So tomorrow, with our chances for thunderstorms developing again, a good opportunity to practice some lightning safety. Right now, our Doppler's pretty quiet. Overnight, our skies are going to be partly cloudy. For tomorrow morning, we'll start off with a bit of sun, but the cloud coverage builds in for the afternoon, and very similar to today, almost copy and paste. The shower chances will bubble up in the afternoon and evening. Could see a few isolated thunderstorms mixed in there, but most of it will come through as rain. Thursday is going to be our dry day, mostly sunny skies for Thursday, but the chance for showers and thunderstorms will develop Thursday night into Friday and then stay throughout most of Friday and Saturday. It's going to be a little more soggy outside for the end of the week and the weekend, also a little more humid. Our precipitation chances as we look towards the end of June and early July trending above average, and our temperature trends also very much so above average. When we see that bright red color as opposed to the lighter peach, it means it is very likely that we're going to see above average temperatures. Our model's in a very good agreement that it's going to be a little warmer outside. This is our latest outlook actually for the entire month of July. It is likely for much of the Midwest that temperatures are going to continue to stay warm as we continue to march through summer. Temperatures tonight dropping to the upper 50s. Tomorrow afternoon, yet again landing in the mid 70s. We'll have a bit of sun in the morning, but in the afternoon the clouds will really build back in, and that's when we'll have the best chance for showers and thunderstorms to develop in the late afternoon and evening. Thursday's the dry weather day, mostly sunny skies with showers and thunderstorms at night, and then the chance of rain develops Friday and for the weekend. And by the weekend, we'll see high temperatures in the mid 80s. And then that's where we stay as we head into next week. A very repetitive pattern for the weekend and next week. A slight chance for showers almost every day, but a very, very summery pattern as well. A lot of sunshine. Wear the sunscreen.
Okay, so the weekend. All right. The clouds seem darker. Okay, even though you say it, there's a chance of showers.
There's a chance of showers. When we have those darker clouds, it's a variably cloudy sky. So a little more cloud coverage than sunshine. I would say partly sunny if it was under 50% sunshine, and now we're expecting more cloud coverage for the weekend. There'll be dry hours mixed in there also. I know, pool time, I know. But there'll be dry hours mixed in there, but there are going to be some showers and thunderstorms. So it's a good idea if you have the First Alert Weather app, then it's going to warn you if something's issued in the area.
I got it. Yes. All right, thank you very much. And just ahead in sports, the MLB is back. When they will play ball and how the Brewers' schedule will look. Zaxton next with sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With special offers like 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Now get 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Contact your Ford dealer or stop by today.
If you have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, US Cellular has your back with the Samsung Galaxy S25G. Free when you switch, plus no activation fees. Stream without disruption, capture and post without restriction, and do it all without FOOP. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
Save, we always do our very best to make sure we've got you covered. Restocking our shelves with help from one of the country's biggest supply chains. And we'll continue to bring our A game to get you what you need when you need it most. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Happy 4th of July Super Sale, happening this week at the Brothers Maine. Come in now for more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We make upgrading your home more convenient at Maine with up to 18 months of 0% financing and expert-free delivery. Get more at the 4th of July Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more satisfaction. And happy birthday, USA, from the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
The open road, the wind in your hair, the feeling of freedom that drives us to go out and discover. At Chevy, we're committed to getting you there with confidence and peace of mind. That's why your Chevy Clean dealers commit to using enhanced vehicle cleaning measures with CDC-approved cleansers. If you need a new Silverado, get 0% APR for 72 months or $5,500 cash allowance on all Silverado Crew Cab pickups. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available.
Every day, our doctors and nurses, our cooks, housekeepers, therapists, and every member of your healthcare team give the most of themselves to care for you, to care for our community. These are your champions of health.
25 states recognize high school girls wrestling as a sanctioned sport. Wisconsin is not one of them, but that could change tomorrow when the WIAA votes on whether or not they'll be the 26th. It's a historic decision, and Melissa Kim explains why it's important to one Mineral Point wrestler.
Kylie Rule was just trying to be a good big sister to her little brother, Cade.
He was just too scared to go out on the mat.
So she went into the wrestling room and to get him on the mat to practice with him. But after Cade decided he was good without Big Sis, she refused to leave the mat too.
Then my dad decided to take me in to the wrestling practice, and I just fell in love with it from there.
That was in 2nd grade. Fast forward about 8 years. Kylie wrestles pretty much year-round, both on the Mineral Point High School team and her club team. She loves the challenge of the sport.
Because I know I'm pushing myself and want to feel accomplished and knowing that I'm bettering myself.
On Wednesday, the WIAA will decide whether to allow girls like Kylie to keep getting better. They'll vote on sanctioning girls wrestling.
It'd give me more opportunities in different tournaments, give myself more confidence.
Like a state championship at the Kohl Center. A dream come true.
That'd be super cool. Having all those people looking down on you on that one mat, all the lights and everyone standing up and cheering.
Kylie says this decision is a big deal, not just for her.
I think it's important. Well, the numbers will grow. The more girls will definitely get into it if they have something to look up to. You're doing the same amount as everyone else on the team, so you should be able to have the same opportunities.
And no one is more determined to help grow the future of the sport.
Very proud. I'm glad nobody could have ever talked her out of doing this, and she just wants to keep chasing her dreams.
Throughout the week, the Big Ten Network is announcing its all-decade men's basketball teams, which are voted on by a 24-member panel. Today, their all-decade second team was released, and Ethan Happ made the cut. The former Badger played at Wisconsin from 2015 to 2019. He was a 3-time first-team all-Big Ten selection and one of 6 players in NCAA history with 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 400 assists. Athlon Sports released their Big Ten Conference predictions, and the Badgers are picked to finish exactly how they finished in 4 of the last 6 seasons, at the top of the Big Ten West Division. And just like last year, they're projected to face Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship game. And Charlotte, I've been waiting months to say this. Baseball is officially back. July 23rd or 24th is opening day for the 60-game season. Players will report to spring training 2.0 on July 1st. The Brewers will play 40 of their 60 games against the NL Central and the remaining 20 against the AL Central. Let's play ball. We're back after this.
That's what it's supposed to look like.
If you buy a 2020 Volkswagen today, you'll get 2 years or 20,000 miles of scheduled carefree maintenance, 3 years or 36,000 miles of 24/7 roadside assistance, 4 years or 50,000 miles bumper-to-bumper limited warranty, 5 years of connected services. And for 6 years, you won't have paid any interest. Down the road, they'll be grateful you bought a Volkswagen today.
Save big money on your next project with 11% off everything now at Menards. Menards has the largest in-stock appliance selection to take home today at the lowest prices. From the moment you bring home your groceries to the last load of laundry, Whirlpool appliances are there to make your life easier. Save 11% on all Whirlpool appliances. Start saving with 11% off everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome, Pump 15. How you doing?
Great.
Would you like a car wash?
As a matter of fact, yes.
Were you wearing your seatbelt today?
I never wear my seatbelt.
What do you think that guy on that post up there would say if you wasn't wearing your seatbelt? We're going to get him. We're going to get him real good.
Oh, my goodness.
Hello, sir. How you doing? It takes 1 second to strap a seatbelt on. Well, let's do this. Let's do it together.
Okay.
All right, let's do that. I want you to get the rhythm of this. There you go.
Done.
Now, don't that feel better?
Click it or ticket.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum's the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 200 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got all my shows, and he's got all his shows.
With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go. All from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
Now every hybrid vehicle in Toyota's lineup is available with 0% financing. With fewer stops for gas, Toyota hybrids give you the confidence to go farther. And with 0% financing, Toyota hybrids are even more thrilling. Enjoy more freedom in a Toyota hybrid. See your Toyota dealer or shop and buy online.
All from the brand you trust, today and tomorrow. Toyota.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by SHOPKO Optical. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Partly cloudy overnight and for early tomorrow with shower and thunderstorm chances developing late Wednesday, very similar to today, and then we warm up. Mostly sunny on Thursday, shower and thunderstorm chances at night, and that's how we stay into Friday with temps in the 80s, and that will continue into the following week. A very repetitive forecast, but a very summery forecast.
Rinse and repeat.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. And thank you for joining us. Do something good, be well, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
Hate speech and hate crimes are on the rise, and it is an insidious and dangerous trend. Clearly, those who would espouse hatred, either out of ignorance or malice, are feeling emboldened and protected from ramifications for their actions. But we are not helpless against it. Quite the opposite. Combating hatred is one place people can make a difference. You can see it. White people are calling out white people. Public displays of support for people of color and immigrants are more common and overt. Images like the NASCAR drivers walking behind Bubba Wallace's car send a powerful message. Certainly, we need to expand and enforce laws against terrorism and hate groups, including white supremacists. But we can take a stand against hate, and we must, because if we do not, it is most certainly going to get worse.